for Misfits play. The guys on the desk obviously have some questions. First time in a live environment. It's going to be difficult. And I think, though, they will still come out and play at a top form. And just look at a difference in the comps right now. Misfits will have a Reaper on the side of Luminosity. They will have a Genji to kick things off.
Here we go, folks. It's going to be Cine here, waiting to see if he can pull off something. Of course, folks, this has been a long day of Overwatch action, so we thank you so much for joining us here at the start of it. It has certainly been one for the ages, though, as Europe has been quite the intense portion of this bracket. Of course, Envy waiting to see who's going to come out on top. And the Misfits open up strong, and they are going to be able to claim themselves first point. One of the things I want to talk about here was how, and the analyst says there was a differing of opinion, right? For ZP, he felt like LG had a strong, control game, but on the other side, Huck felt like Misfits, they were going to shine a bit on this particular game type, and I happen to agree with Huck here. I think Misfits are coming into this one with a hot hand.
I do as well, and you're going to see here, it's going to be soon. He's going to just dart in and out. He's going to get taken out, though. Nice and Yada play right there by Zave. Now, it's going to be 3 kills, though, for Misfits. They should be able to hold on to this point. It's going to be KRYW. These Europeans, crew, they have
their names.
They have the weirdest names. I mean, let's just get that out of the way.
Let's just address the elephant in the room.
Yeah, no.
I mean, then again, though, you look at like the American players too. I mean, not really all that. So everyone's just trying to be creative.
If you're going to be crew, I mean, just
your name's Mr. X, so I don't know if you have much room to talk.
Spell it with the E, man. Just makes it a whole lot easier when the action is flying. But this down barrier going to come in for Misfits. Going to be crew with Death Blossom as well. He's going to just wait, lurk above, showing the patience here. Now going to drop down. The patience does not pay off as he connects with nobody there. It's going to be Luminosity taking control of the point.
Yeah, he thought he had something lined up, just didn't really work out in his favor. Now it's going to be trapped in the back, going into the Wraith mode, seeing if he can work. But Cine had another plan there. He's going to cut him down to size. Of course, Soon doing his absolute best to just continue to delay and then add those points to the board. Very critical in a game type like Control. But Luminosity get control yet again. Or I should say, for the first time, apologies, gets control for the first time, starting to add some points to the board.
Yeah, Nicefelt has that Pulse Bomb to use. Manton is getting close to that Graviton Surge, so we'll see if they combo those together. It's going to be 2 kills, though, for Luminosity. Make it 3. They are just abusing Misfits as they try and take high ground. It's not going to work as Luminosity gets a hold.
You want to talk about names? You got to talk about Icefelt over there, man. Like, I remember when I first saw that, I was like,
yeah, I asked Rachel in the back. I was like, how do you say that? She's like, think of ice and then think of like felt, like the fabric. I was like, okay, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's just, you got to dumb it down for you, Matt. I respect the hustle, baby. It's all good.
Oh, thanks, Alex.
It's all good. So here we go. It's going to be Misfits moving up again now, and they're just going to look to get in there. Look for Nevix, though, to just approach this Graviton. That's exactly what's going to happen. Soon's going to drop the Pulse Bomb. Find nothing for it, though. Soon looking to focus instead on the Zenyatta. Of course, that will be Zave, who's trying his best to just get away from the action, and soon realizing this was not going to be a battle that he could win, opting to just back out of this one. And Luminosity is creeping up on him, X.
And Luminosity has a lot to work with. I mean, they have the Dragon Blade. Rustler, he has his Primal Rage. So the next time Misfits tries to push through, they're going to be able to use these ultimates to hold it off.
Yeah, look for Hedan to be a main initiator here, or at least keep them alive with that Transcendence, especially with the Dragon Blade out. There you see it. Dragon Blade out, and there's Transcendence. Hedan read that one very well, and he's doing his absolute best to keep his team in this fight here as Cine moves in, but Crew is going to be there for the answer back right away, and this is going to be Misfits overtaking this one. Bad position for Mineral to be in. He was trapped between all the members of Misfits. They get the cap, and that is going to be at 91% for Luminosity, and this is looking good because Rib does have Primal Rage, and I like that Soon is just going to get up in their face and distract them, keep them occupied as time ticks.
Well, you look, if Misfits wins this next battle, they should be able to just win this first point. I mean, they have that Death Blossom, they have the Primal Rage, and here comes the push from Luminosity. It's going to be Soon and Cole. It's going to be 2 big kills out of Crew using that Death Blossom. He's going to fall, but it's going to be Icefelt for Luminosity, getting inside the point, trying to contest. He is going to drop. The emotes are coming out from the side of Misfits. That's going to be point number 1 in favor of Misfits.
And I think for Mineral, he had to be really frustrated there, not being able to get off his sound barrier in time and give his team that extra life in the fight. Did not work out in their favor. Misfits looking strong. I mean, honestly, I'm not all that surprised, you know, that it opened up this way at the very least. I think for LG, they need to get a feel for how they want to approach this against Misfits. Misfits, though, I have to give these dudes all the credit, man. To be able to pick up 2 new people and bring them into your rotation with not a lot of notice there, and Hedan and I believe it was Rib. Yes, Rib coming in here. You know, you had the glowing recommendation as well from Rib earlier today. So I think overall, this is not bad. Not bad for Misfits.
It's a good start.
Kick it off, yeah. It's got to be happy with it.
First point, get one on the board. 2 more, they'll secure the map. And off the start here, in jump on with Luminosity. It'll be Icefeld running that Reaper yet again. Reaper is such an effective hero to plow through tanks. You see he's just taking advantage of Winston here. Poor little Winston can't do much of anything. Rib gets taken out. It's going to be Luminosity drawing that first blood. There goes Zarya, Icefeld, and Co doing a nice job here at the beginning.
Beat aggression with aggression, it feels like. Icefeld looking to work with his teammates in Mineral, and that another good pick there for Icefeld yet again. And of course, nowhere to go for Hedan. He is going to have to take a seat for the time being and hop on that respawn. But that was some good opening strategy there from Luminosity. They basically said, we have to get in their face. We have to put ourselves on the board first. And they do so very nicely.
And, you know, Winston's such a great hero to initiate, right? To get into the other
the
team's
diving,
spaces.
phenomenal.
Yeah, but when a Reaper is on the other side of it, that Reaper just shreds through Winston, and we're gonna have a team fight. You see the pulse bomb coming in. Zarya is gonna be 100% charge, and now it's going to be Misfits playing 4-point control, and Suni gonna have to fall back. The sound barrier gonna come in. He's gonna connect with the pulse bomb, but the sound barrier of the opponent goes down just in time. And now does not have that pulse bomb to use on that Graviton Surge. Would have liked to have that one.
Good Graviton indeed. Maniten tried to just group everyone up there, but it just didn't work out. Didn't have the follow-up, and Misfits are going to be able to win out this one and start putting some points on the board. And look at the ults that they have here, X. They have themselves a Death Blossom, Pulse Bomb, and Ribbed, who's going to look in there to dive with the Primal Rage, and Nevix as well is going to be coming up really close with this Graviton Surge. So look for Nevix to keep them at bay, and probably Graviton as they approach this bridge on the right.
Yeah, now Icefeld for Luminosity does have that Death Blossom, so we'll see if he likes to use it here, maybe save it, try and bait out some of the ultimates on the side of Misfits. There you see the Graviton Surge. You see Zoon coming in with a Pulse Bomb. He's able to get one. Crew picks up another, but Luminosity answers back with 2 quick kills of their own. You see how fast Zoon getting that back line, chasing down that Zenyatta, able to take him out with ease. And now, just with Tracer, you can be so fast and agile across the map. The recall is going to give the health back. Soon, still on the chase of this Zarya, and not going to be able to do it. Going to drop back towards that point, going to take it out by Sunny. And this is one that Luminosity might be able to take.
Yeah, I'm sure if Soon had a little bit more, you know, for the blinks there, could have potentially got to the health point before the Zarya could to finish up that fight, but really it would have ultimately resulted in not much coming from that, because Luminosity were able to get those bodies on point and get it right back in their possession. So getting a pour here for LG would be huge, considering that, I mean, you know, I think you and I both, as well as Huck, had kind of written off LG, at least for this particular game type. Maniten now drops the Graviton Surge, and there you're going to have Cine moving in there, finding one. That's going to be Nevix falling down. Mineral gets the follow-up on Crew, and that is going to be another clear. Misfits back to the drawing board they go, but they have Zebasai with a sound barrier, so look for that to play a big role. But Mineral has one too, so this is going to be a battle of attrition. Who's gonna stay alive longer?
Well, I mean, they do have that Transcendence as well.
That just popped up, yeah.
Hedan. So you're going to have the Pulse Bomb as well. So they could combo a lot of these ults. They're going to need to, because Luminosity coming very close to taking this point.
Not bad at all there, and that was actually a really good read. Soon just charged right after Maniten, didn't give him much to deal with there, and Soon wants to just focus on anyone, whether it be the Tracer or the Zenyatta who tried to push up, but Crew, he's gonna just fly right in there and deal as much damage as possible. Wraith mode away, but he will have support from his teammate. Misfits able to flip it yet again, and they were able to pick up 3 for their trouble, forcing back Luminosity, and they have to disengage. Let's see what they're gonna do, as it's 99% to the 65 that Misfits have here.
Yeah, Misfits cannot give control back to Luminosity. Nivix has that Graviton Surge, and you're gonna have Soon with that Pulse Bomb. Look for that big combo to come in. Try and hold this for Misfits, and it's gonna actually come through. You're gonna see the Pulse Bomb drop. It's going to be soon. Able to pick up one. Takes out Mineral. That's a huge kill. Taking out the Lucio. Ruins the sustainability of Luminosity, who get kills across the board in favor of Misfits. They get a hold, and soon going to use that jump to get up top, try and put some more pressure on.
This is going to be tough because Zevasai will have sound barrier after a couple shots, so that is going to keep them alive. The most they can hope for is Manitin jumping in there with the Graviton Surge and just, you know, grouping them all up and hoping for the best, dealing as much damage as possible. They hear the Graviton Surge, but Soon is dealing with the back end there and was able to handle it with ease. Rib is able to clear out Ruster as well, which means no Winston for you. Mineral can't keep the team alive because the support's gonna fall down, and that's a clear, and that's Misfits taking it yet again. They're gonna go up 2-0.
And Soon is just laughing right now. I mean, his Tracer's just been absolutely sick, just darting through the opponents. And it's so difficult with Tracer, right? We talked a little bit about how, you know, she has such a low amount of health, only 150 HP. It's like if you run out of those blinks and you don't have like another one to get out, or your recall is up, you can get taken down by a lot of targets fairly easily.
Yeah, I mean, Tracer is a very squishy character, but that's why her mobility is so incredible.
She's very fast.
Very fast indeed. Very, very fast.
She can blink, Alex. It's very
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
No problem, anytime. Just wanted to fill you in. Wasn't sure if you were aware.
No, not at all.
Misfits up 2-0.
I know nothing.
Misfits up 2-0 on this first map here. This best-of-3 series.
Luminosity fought back, but that has to be a heartbreaker for them, right? They just weren't able to get any ults up, and when they did it, it just wasn't the ones that they needed, right? Of course, this is going to be a big round here because if Misfits take it, this will be a victory for the Misfits. Luminosity have to fight back. Ruster, though, in a bit of a pickle now, had to back away and is going to get focused down by Hedan. Icefelt in a similar position as well, and they're kind of trapped in this balcony here. Soon tries to charge up, won't really find much out of that one. And Icefelt just looking to tear through with those Hellfire shotguns. He's able to pick up two, continuing to just apply a significant amount of damage. But Misfits are going to be in the point, and they should be able to get this one. If Icefeld has anything to say about it, though, he seems to disagree with that. Crew's going to hang out inside, and this is going to be a Luminosity capture as Icefeld and the crew stand strong out of that balcony. That was some good work.
Yeah, I mean, Misfits put so much pressure on that bridge, and Icefeld just able to hold it off. His teammates able to get back down towards that point. Misfits not able to get control of the bridge. Luminosity gets control of this point first. And it'll be Icefelt with that Death Blossom. We'll see if he decides to use it. You're going to see the Graviton come in. Pulse Bomb as well. He's going to dodge it. There's the Transcendence. Now it's going to be Icefelt stuck in that Graviton Surge, but the sound barrier comes in from his teammate. Just not enough sustain. Should be Misfits making a good push towards the point.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Good work, I have to say, from Manitin, just reading the situation and just focusing down on Soon right away. Just any amount of points count here, right? You just want to continue to develop as much as you possibly can. For Manitin, it's about developing more ult charge as well, since that Graviton Surge is going to be very important. But going into this next fight, though, Misfits' Crew and Rib do have themselves their ultimates, Death Blossom and Primal Rage up. Soon we'll have the Pulse Bomb as well. So look for these players to try and just work together here. Maybe, and Icefeld also has his, so this is going to be very interesting. See how this pans out. Icefeld charging up with the Hellfire shotguns. Now X, there's going to be a double Death Blossom.
And it's going to be Icefeld just running through the opponents. You see the Transcendence going to come in on the point. Now you see the Primal Rage come in from Rib. He's just trying to toss his opponents off the map. He's going to drop. Soon left in there for Misfits. Same with Zeb. They're both going to drop. Luminosity gets control of the point.
Good job, Luminosity, fighting back, keeping themselves in this one. And Manitin as well with now Graviton Surge. He's anticipating a real big push up here. They are looking to go for that big bang as well when you combo Pulse Bomb with the Graviton Surge. So look for Cindy to really cause a lot of problems here. There it goes. He's going to drop it down, but he won't find anything because I believe that was going to be a Zarya bubble that was there for the protection. So the timing of it was perfect on the side of Misfits now. Cindy looking to deal with Hedan here, but it's not going to matter because Nevix just runs in there and whacks Cinny. That's going to be a flip for Misfits right back in this one.
And it is a huge transition of the hill because now you see Misfits has 3 ultimate abilities. Make it 4 as Transcendence just comes up, and you look on the side of Luminosity, they have nothing to work with right now. Misfits closing the gap. They have the ult advantage. Should be able to open this game up.
Here it goes. Same thing again. Able to get one, though. That's going to look good for them. as Zebasai and Nevix are able to clear out some critical heroes, and soon on the push-up, just looking to continue to charge up that ult, and on top of that, force him off, get that kill. So
every Lucio player's a nightmare. You're just like standing there, Tracer's just flying all around you. You're just like, nah, I may as well just jump out.
It's like nothing I could do.
Yeah, just try to get spawning up with the rest of the Luminosity squad. Now Luminosity has a nice amount of ultimates to work with, right? I mean, they have everything but that Graviton Surge. Let's see how they combo these and try and take the point back.
Yeah, they have a lot here, a lot of sustain. On the other side of Misfits too, they do have that. But now it's going to be Icefeld moving in here. He will have himself a Death Blossom, but won't get much out of that one because he's going to force out the Transcendence from Hedan, who's going to keep his team alive. Zebasai is also going to drop that Sound Barrier, so that's going to mean a win here potentially for Luminosity. They might be able to get this flip back. It's going to look really good for them, and yes, Mineral's going to be the only one left on the point as the rest of his teammates just push up. 99% for the Misfits. Luminosity, though, are going to fight back.
Luminosity gets control of the point, but they burn everything in doing so. They're going to have Graviton Surge for this next fight. Cine potentially gets that Pulse Bomb, the side of...
It's a pretty good combo to have.
Yeah, you're going to have that Death Blossom. Reaper has just been so devastating at this tournament. You're going to see the Pulse Bomb, Graviton Surge combination come in, and not going to be able to connect with anybody. You see the Pulse Bomb just blow up there. Not going to take anyone out on the side of Misfits, and soon sneaks behind enemy lines and is able to take the point.
Yeah, honestly, that is probably the more surprising portion of it, right? Because, you know, you got to watch out for those flanking Tracers, and Soon just does such a brilliant job here. Luminosity thought they had it. They were playing the front door, but it won't matter because Luminosity will not get it. That will be a victory for the Misfits. Congratulations to them. They are going to take game number 1. Really good job, man. And Soon, just like, how are you supposed to deal with that?
You know, there was so much action. Like when you're Luminosity, you're just focusing on everyone coming out of that left side. It's like Soon just goes the opposite direction, gets onto the point. You know, they're so focused on taking the players out of the door that are in the Graviton Surge. They use the Pulse Bomb, don't get anything for it. And Soon just sneaks behind, takes the point back. Nice play from him. Misfits take game number 1.
Really clutch play there, without a doubt. So, moving into our next one, it's either going to be Kings Row or Hollywood. We're going to see who picks what, or actually it will be the choice of Luminosity. So they're going to think about this one, figure it out. But, you know, we got to just go right back to this one, folks, because Soon, overall, I think Tracer, you know, whether it was Icefeld or Soon, definitely brought it this game. They were certainly focal points for their teams. But Soon, man, again, just a superstar. He played wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, he was just darting all across the map, and you can see, you know, when Tracer's really effective, gets to your back line, really just being a nuisance for your Zenyatta's, for your Lucios. Tracer is just a fabulous character and just creating just chaos in your back line.
Luminosity talking about what they want to do here as Misfits await the choice, whether it would be Kings Row or Hollywood. Do you go for the safe map? Do you go for Kings Row, or do you try your hand at Hollywood where high ground is key? But look here, this is
too difficult
Rib.
to ask me while we watch this play of the match. I got to focus on this first, Alex. Then I'll give you my opinion.
You know, I don't blame you because Rib, the fill-in here, who came in and had big shoes to fill, definitely doing a brilliant job. And that is going to give Misfits that first win, right? I mean, it was obviously a team effort, but Misfits, again, just they came into this one a favorite. And as you see on your screen, it's going to be Hollywood.
I was going to say that.
Went with.
I was going to say that as well.
Were you really?
No, I was actually going to wait for production to tell me, and then hopefully they didn't tell you, and I was going to say it, so I looked like I was smart. But Hollywood, a fantastic map. It's going to be Luminosity's pick for map number 2.
What? How little effort you put into like everything you do.
No, because it would have just created a scenario where I would look like a genius.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have. But I think, you know, people know the truth.
Yeah, I mean, going into Hollywood, really looking on the defensive end, you know, we've seen a lot of Roadhog play on Hollywood from the offensive side, right? Trying to get those picks early. We've seen a lot of May use as well, but that was in the North American games that we've casted. In the Europe games, you know, we have not seen a lot of May. It's just been really aggressive play, you know, with Tracer Genji still.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see Winston and Tracer playing a role here. Winston, of course, if he could dive into that back line and really disrupt and cause a lot of problems, that's something that Winston's really good at doing. So I could definitely see that happening. I remember actually watching one of the tournaments. I want to say it was the Lenovo Cup, but I could be wrong here. And Misfits actually did just that. They had their Winston just fly right in there. And this was against the 3-3 comp. And they had Winston fly in. Of course, 3 tank, 3 support could not handle the disruption in the back lines, and because of that, they were able to just push in, get that first point, even though it looked to be really, really difficult in the process. So maybe, just maybe, you're going to see that happen this time around. And boy, if it does, X, I'm going to look like a gosh darn genius.
You will, and I know that we've been seeing that strategy, though, from a lot of European teams, right?
I know, you just took away all my thunder.
They use the Winston Genji combination, and I mean, in the last game with Rogue, we saw a ton of Nano Boost and Ana. We have not seen as much from the European side of things, but it looks like Luminosity going to start things off, though. They will have Ana, they'll have Icefelt on Reaper, and then they will be going with 3 tanks and then a Lucio to round things out.
Beautiful view here. Quite nice. Serene landscapes.
California doesn't have green grass like that.
No. In fact, in California, all that is just brown grass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which would be dead grass, Alex.
That would be dead grass. Yes.
Dead there.
Thank you so much, Matt. You are a beacon of knowledge. And again, you know, I really think you're.
I have a background in agriculture.
Proud. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Definitely.
But it'll be Misfits on attack here to kick things off. It'll be soon on Tracer yet again. Nevix will be running the Genji, be focusing on those 2 players, seeing how they can attack the support players of the side of Luminosity.
There's Rib with that Winston. Perhaps this is going to be their attempt and going on the flank here, and this is exactly what I was talking about before. So yes, folks, I am smart. The good news is they have no idea. He's going to dive right in and pop that bubble, and this is just absolutely insane because as soon as that happened, they said, wait a minute, we got to deal with this problem, and they do so with relative ease. Nevix, though, trying to get some picks, but look at that there. The pressure that's coming from Cine stops him right in his tracks. Never mind, I stand corrected. Cine just was not in a good position, it seemed like, and Nevix was able to get that one.
Nevix has nowhere to go. I mean, everybody from Luminosity just surrounding him. He's taken out rather quickly. He is going to earn the Dragon Blade for the next fight. He then has that Transcendence as well. You look on the side of Luminosity in the first fight, you see the support players doing a fantastic job keeping their team alive. Both of them earn their ultimate abilities.
I think Icefelt's going to be the focal point for that nano boost, and we'll see how this works out as Nevix. He's gonna actually, I think he just got put to sleep there, but it didn't matter because the Dragon Blade was going to come out in just a little bit. Trying to get a couple hits in the back, take out Zave. He is able to find him. Could this be a Misfits victory here? Doesn't seem like it's going to happen, though, if it keeps going this way. Nevix having to back away, disengage. He has one more teammate there. That will be Zebasai. And somehow is able to stay up, but I think Cine and the crew are just going to handle that one or push him away. So another disengage, but Misfits prepared for the attack. They're going to have sustain here with Zebasai.
Yeah, and they're going to have that sound barrier to use. You figure that's what's exactly going to come in. You see the sound barrier drops from the side of Misfits. They're just not able to pick up any kills. The support players on the side of Luminosity do a fantastic job keeping their teammates alive. You see the Earth Shatter come in from the side of Luminosity. They don't get anything for it. You see all the kills going in Misfits' favor. They should be able to get control of the payload.
Very well done, Misfits.
Yeah, get off that guy's screen. I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah, you know, just my mind can't take it. I'm already exhausted.
It's all right. I got you.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Preach, dog. All right. So here we go, Matt. We have high ground. And look at Nevix just getting gully, pushing up there, putting pressure on Cine. Not really allowing him to get some footing up top and forcing him down. That was some pretty good work. And soon just waiting for that time to strike and continuing to build upon the ultimate 58% there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just being a nuisance on top of the other team. And Icefelt comes in, gets the nano boost with the Death Blossom. He's able to get to a third in the feed as well. See crew dead there. We're just watching through his perspective, looking at some of the rest of his teammates for Luminosity. Stands on top of the payload. They get control of it. No, not letting Misfits push it up. He then has that Transcendence soon with a Pulse Bomb. And you have Rib with that Primal Rage of Winston. When do they elect to use all of these abilities? Misfits, you know, getting some utility control here as you see that.
Goes that Soon's opportunity. Heard the call of the pulse bomb there, but couldn't actually get in there and throw it down just yet. But is now finally able to, and that was going to be Ruster, who just could not stay alive. Soon going toe to toe against one of the better Zaryas, and able to come out on top here, and this is going to be a win for Misfits, progressing to payload forward with plenty of time left on the clock.
Yeah, doing a nice job winning the fights. And right there, you know, as soon as that Graviton dropped, he wanted to get around, use that pulse bomb. But
you heard it, you saw it too.
Yeah, he focused on that Ana, tried to take her out, and then just push forward. Was able to take out some other players, finally use that pulse bomb, was able to attach to Reinhardt. That helped his teammates clear out the defensive side, and it's going to be Winston engaging for Misfits. He's going to be sound barrier. Now he's going to go into Primal Rage. You see Winston going absolutely ham here, looking for opponents to toss. That's a punch to the mouth there of Manitin. It's going to be the payload moving forward. Misfits gets the checkpoint, and you see just the aggression they're putting on right now, just doing a fantastic job chasing down these straggling players from Luminosity that are left, trying to stagger their spawn point. So it forces the guys on Luminosity to wait till everybody's spawned up and then make a push together.
Yeah, they don't have to deal with this encounter in the first part of this warehouse here, the space room, the rocket ship. They don't have to really deal with that, right? Of course, Crew's going to meet them up front, and does he have anyone to follow up with? He's going to throw down a Graviton Surge, and there's the pulse bomb, but no, will not happen, as Soon will end up falling there. Nevix now with Dragon Blade trying to get in, but it won't matter because he will get stopped. Senni picking up 3 with the Tracer, and just wants to just pound out Rib here and just not let him get anywhere. Just go back to your spawn. Away with you, he says. And Luminosity, hold it back.
Yeah, no, Senni gonna drop back a little bit, wait for his team to spawn up, and see Icefeld with Reaper. He's gonna teleport on top. You can see that on your screen. Just being sneaky up top. Keep an eye on him, potentially trying to drop down and make a play.
You know that Reaper has just been a point of conversation, and now you're gonna see Nevix on this Mei just pretty much hopefully, I should say, hopefully trying to zone out. I shouldn't say pretty much hopefully, because that was his objective there. Just really couldn't find much with that one, but despite whatever is going on here, Misfits, they're moving through. They're feeling great. They have this one. You got yourself a Nevix who's just freezing out Ruster. Your tank is gonna fall. That's gonna be a Earth Shatter dropping down, and Misfits get 3. They look solid.
And 2:15 is a ton of time left on the clock. Misfits, the payload never stopped moving once they got it. They get it all the way to the end, put a lot of pressure on Luminosity here going into the second half.
It's very impressive closeout there as well. You know, I think Misfits, man, they're right now just playing on a bit of another level here, you know, and I'm super impressed with how Misfits have kept their composure. Whenever LG looked like they're about to rally back, Misfits always seem to have a plan. And to be 100% like honest, they're looking like a really strong team.
Oh yeah, I mean, if nobody told me they didn't have stand-ins, you would have never guessed it, right?
Yeah, very true.
This looks like a team that just has, you know, all their teamwork down, communication solid, you know, working well together, you know, using those abilities in combination to break those defensive setups. Fantastic first half from Misfits. Now, it'll be interesting to see what they run comp-wise here going into the second half. I know you saw Mei there at the end on offense. Is that something that carries over into the defensive side?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think Mei would be a really good choice here, and that's
oh my God, look at these chairs.
Oh man, someone really doesn't like chairs.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you know, I mean, look, like, is Reinhardt gonna sit on a chair?
It's like I'm moving into a new apartment. I could have valued those chairs, but Misfits, they will have the Mei going into the second half. They will also have Soon now running the Reaper, so switching off that Tracer, gonna bring Reaper out. Then they will have Ana Lucio in terms of supports. So you will see that nano boost, probably looking to get Soon in positions where he can just surprise the offensive attack, destroy them with that nano boost plus Death Blossom combination.
Well, one thing I'm noticing here, no diving for Luminosity, no Genji, No Tracer.
I mean, I feel like in the comp that they're running, you're kind of relying on Roadhog to get those picks with the hook, right? I mean, you're not going to be able to force that aggression that you would if you had like a Winston or a Genji Tracer combination.
Yeah, and Cine, he's looking for an opportunity here, but he's going to have to deal with Rib's shield. And perhaps it seems like they want to go up the gut, but there could be a call made to just go around the flank and try and get the picks from there and get that high ground, which is exactly what's going on here. If you want to get that high ground, if you're a Roadhog, that really is great at distracting. But Icefelt read that one lovely, and there you go. It's actually going to drag Zebasai over to him and pick him off with relative ease. Now that means they're not going to have their tank. They're not going to have one of their major support characters. Of course, still having that Ana in the back line, so it's going to be very important. And look at that, time that one, lovely. And throwing down the Blizzard. Finally, though, Cine is going to get picked off by Soon, and they just have to wait this one out.
Yeah, but I feel like they needed to put a little bit more pressure. You know, once you get those first 2 kills, they just kind of stalled out for a little bit. Now it's going to be Luminosity having to back up. Going to be the cavalry coming in for the Misfits as they gain a little bit more of defensive stability. They're going to have that Graviton Surge on a crew, and they're going to have the Nano Boost. Soon getting very close to that Death Blossom. Nevix did a nice job throwing out that Blizzard, just stalling the offensive push there towards the end. Manitit's going to have that Graviton Surge. Let's see if he uses it here.
There you go. Now you have that Nano boosted. Reinhardt moving up, gonna have Death Blossom, drops it down, finds 1, 2, not a third, but still whole hog Cine with that Roadhog, but Soon is looking to push up, get right into face, and do the best tank buster he possibly can, but it won't matter because Icefelt is there for the stop. Now it's gonna be up to Zebasai working with Nevix to just keep themselves inside, and I like that Blizzard. That's gonna keep them right out of there, give his teammates time to jump right back into the action.
Oh yeah, you get that Blizzard, you get in that Ice Block, it gives you enough time for Rib to come off the spawn, but it's going to be Icefelt with the Nano Boost Death Blossom. He's able to get 2, picks up a 3rd. The Sound Barrier comes in as well for Luminosity. It's just going to be Soon on the point, trying to lock this down for Misfits. He drops. Zarya coming up from above. Crew's going to drop down. Has Heat in there with him, trying to support. Both of them are going to fall as well, and this payload should go to Luminosity.
Pushing up and just getting this one done. Very necessary here. They had 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock, now with 4 minutes on the clock. Looking to approach the street phase strong, but you have Luminosity with the Earth Shatter as well as a Graviton Surge. Let's see what is going to happen here, because Misfits with that high ground, I really like that. They're just going to continue to poke out. They're going to poke out them. Luminosity as much as possible. There goes Graviton Surge. Icefelt's going to find 1. He's going to find a double as well. Manitin's going to be there for the follow-up on Rib. Trapped in the corner is going to be Nevix. Not much able to do there. Couldn't get the Blizzard out in time. Probably opted to save it instead. And Luminosity are going to win this one. High ground control was for Misfits, but they just couldn't quite put this one away.
It was a fairly convincing, pretty easy team fight for Luminosity to win there. Icefelt now with the Death Blossom trying to set up in a sneaky position where he can catch Misfits off guard. Look to see though, as soon as that Nano comes in, you could see that Nevix drops that Blizzard, but not fast enough. It's going to be the Nano boosted Reaper dropping down, picking up some big kills, but it's going to be 3 kills for Misfits as well in the feed. Kills being exchanged by both teams. Icefelt trying to hunt down Crew. He's going to win that one. Has Manilin there, trying to help him out. He picks up 2 as well. And now it's going to be Luminosity continuing to move this payload. But here's the spawners coming in for Misfits. They should be able to contest this here.
That last fight was just executed wonderfully. Manitin and Icefelt having to work together there. Now it's going to be up to Nevix. Does he opt to use the Blizzard to try and keep them away around this point? This could be a very strong possibility. They are going to focus out, and they do throw down that Blizzard. So they're just looking to close out Rib as soon as possible, or Buster as soon as possible. He's not going to be able to stay up long enough, and that's going to be Luminosity falling down. And here goes Nevix. They're just pushing up and making sure that they disengage. 2 minutes on the clock, 2-minute warning in effect.
And we see many teams get stalled out in this exact position. It's very tough to get by because Misfits is going to push up a little bit further. They're going to be able to take this fight a little bit further out. And what happens there is if they drop, they still have at least 1 more shot to contest the payload. And it's going to be Soon up top with that Death Blossom.
I would be shocked if they didn't see him cross that bridge, because I could have sworn Ruster would have seen him, but here he goes. It's going to drop down. Death Blossom, the great bubble, a clutch bubble, actually going to keep Ruster alive, but it won't matter because Soon is actually going to catch him as he tries to thrust straight into the action here. And soon, right back to the top again, resuming the position. And just waiting to see if anyone charges up.
And I mean, Luminosity does have some things to work with here. I mean, Manhattan will have that Graviton Surge, Zave will have the Nano, and you'll have the Earth Shatter on Ruster, but on the side of Misfits, you'll have that Graviton Surge. They don't have to be as scared of the Reaper because he doesn't have the Death Blossom, but still, Reaper coming from above, causing chaos, can really make some things happen. You see that nice May wall coming in from Zevix, protects his teammates there from the incoming damage once that Graviton comes down, but it's going to be Icefeld coming through with the Nano Death Blossom, able to pick up 2, as him and Sunny do a nice job pushing this Misfits team back, but it's going to be Misfits taking control of the engagement. They're going to be able to hold on the defensive end.
There was a lot of investment into that one for Luminosity. They dropped the Graviton. They went for that Death Blossom as well. They just couldn't quite get what they wanted out of it. Got to give a shout out to Rip there for really focusing that shield on Icefeld, not letting him get the damage where needed. How is he going to use his Earth Shatter though? And he charges right in, and now he's going to have the Nano Boost. He's going to have a bunch of people right for the picking right in front of him and forcing them back. Ruster's going to be all by his lonesome there, forcing back the 2 supports as well as Azaria, the 3 heroes that keep your Reinhardt alive, and that is yet another win here for Misfits. They have a few seconds left on the clock, but Sydney's gonna move in, and that's gonna be a great pulse bomb there in favor of Luminosity. And I don't know if they're gonna be able to hold this one off. No, they will not. Misfits will hold it down, and they will take it 2-0. Brilliant work from Misfits.
Yeah, Misfits, the fantastic hold there on the defensive end. As soon as you saw everyone drop from Luminosity with about 17 seconds left, no ultimate abilities, and the Graviton Surge on the side of the Misfits, you thought it was over. Misfits did a fantastic job taking care of business here against Luminosity.
Keep in mind though, folks, Luminosity not out of it quite yet, as they take a trip to the lower bracket where they will face off against Anox. That will be coming up later on today.